efficient meeting. I like that part of let us enjoy the meeting. And I hope that everyone is going to enjoy the meeting this evening. I hope to help you enjoy that this meeting. So before we dive into our theme today, I would like to just recap something. Business Dialogues Toastmasters Club. Business Dialogues Toastmasters Club is a corporate club established by the SME Founders Association, abbreviated as SFA. SFA is an organization that brings together entrepreneurs who come together to pool resources and seek resources together, encourage each other in the journey in entrepreneurship. Are you an entrepreneur? Are you a founder? Are you somebody who works in the enterprise ecosystem? Are you that person who is a budding entrepreneur? Are you wishing or planning to start a business? This club is for you because we are Business Dialogues. We seek to discuss topics that are about entrepreneurship and about business, to build your capabilities, to build your networks. We belong to District 114 of the Toastmasters International. And these are countries that are within the East African region: Eritrea, Ethiopia, Kenya, Rwanda, Burundi, and Tanzania. And we are in Division B and Area 4. Area 4 is within Nairobi, where we have 5 clubs. I welcome and we welcome any of the guests who is here for the first time. And just to introduce this club, that was a brief to just introduce this club. It is a home where we provide a supportive and positive learning environment where every member has an opportunity to develop their communication and leadership skill. With that in mind, let me just make an opportunity, I'll take this opportunity to introduce our club officials, Club Exco, starting with our Vice President Education, Frida Owinga. Frida had waved earlier. Thank you very much, Frida. We have SAA John Mukoko, who is on camera right now. Thank you very much. We have our Secretary, Soraya Mutungi. Yeah, she had said that she's not able to put on her camera. Thank you very much, Soraya. We have Benta Owino, who is our Vice President, Public Relations, our VPPR. Benta, there you go. You can raise your hand. Yes, thank you very much. We also have our Treasurer, who is Linda Saina. Linda, are you somewhere? I can be able to see you. Thank you very much. And we have our Vice President Membership, Muna Elmi. Muna, welcome. Thank you very much. This is the team that I work with, and I am the president of the Business Dialogues Toastmasters Club. That will form our business section. And I want to take this moment now to just welcome guests. Guests are non-Toastmasters who have decided to join this meeting today. I can see we have guest Lillian. Lillian, welcome. We have Penina Mutuma. Penina is one of my invitees. Welcome to this meeting this evening. Welcome to Toastmasters. Welcome, Suad Hassan. Suad Hassan, welcome to Business Dialogues Toastmasters Club. And maybe I can, now that I have you, Suad. Suad, you could probably just open your mic. You can just introduce yourself in a minute and say, how did you get to know about this meeting today and Business Dialogues Toastmasters Club. Suad, if you're there. Okay. Can I have Penina? Penina, you can say hi if you can.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for the invite, Joseph. As I mentioned, I'm not able to have the camera on and still I'm not able to attend the whole session. So thank you.
Welcome, Penina, and welcome again to Business Dialogues Toastmasters. We hope that you can also become a Toastmaster and start the journey of the greatness towards better communication and greater leadership. I also take this opportunity to welcome all the visiting Toastmasters, whether you are a role taker, our general evaluator, Mercy Chege, welcome. Pascal Mogaka, welcome. Dennis, welcome to Business Dialogues this evening. We love visitors and we are happy to return the favor when it is that time. Tip Master, Neema Siwingwa, welcome to Business Dialogues Toastmasters. Right, allow me to take a breath and take a glass of a sip of water so that I can wear another hat. This evening, I will also be your Toastmaster of the day. I'll be your Toastmaster for tonight and therefore lead the business dialogues this evening. And I am thrilled to guide you through this evening that we are focusing on clarity and purpose. And therefore invite you that we explore this theme together as we hear from the speakers, as I share some of the tips and learn how we are shaping our journey for 2025. As we reflect on this theme, I invite you to reflect with me the words of Helen Keller, that the only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. Having sight but no vision. And this quote highlights the importance of having a clear vision to guide us or to guide you. And if you are inclined to success, this year and in life, there is importance in intentional planning and treating time as a very valuable resource. Let's take a moment then to just view the year as a canvas, as a clean slate. How would you like to paint your 2025? How would you like to paint your 2025? There are lessons from 2024. There are lessons from years before that. They are your wishes. They are your dreams. How would you like to paint your 2024? I would like to take any response from a volunteer. How is it that you like to paint 2025? If you're just to be given some colors, like the wall behind me, clean, take it to be a canvas. How would you like to paint it? Or how are you painting it? May I ask anybody, hand up or just open up your mic? Linda, let me call on you. Good evening, Linda. You can open up your mic, or good evening, Benta, if you can.
I can.
Okay, thank you, Frida. Go ahead.
I'd like to paint my year white and black. So things are very clear, no gray areas, very clear what I want and what I want to achieve. So my year is going to be white and black. Maybe some splashes of red to keep it exciting. Thank
All
you, Mr.
right,
Tiamodi.
let's give a hand to Frida. Black and white and
No
making it
nonsense.
exciting, making it warm. Wonderful, wonderful. What a picture. Lesson Laser says intentional planning, going beyond borders, embracing challenges, and building a sense of urgency to avoid procrastination. Wow, avoiding procrastination. You hit home, Lesson Laser. Thank you very much. Benta, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I would like to paint my canvas in so many colors. I'd like a kaleidoscope of colors. I would also like to leave spaces on my canvas because I know many things that I have not planned or anticipated will pop up, and I'll need to create space to paint them in so that it's a complete canvas. But it's going to be a great year, and I'm building resilience as I start. Thank you.
Wonderful. That is innovative. And you remind me the song, "That coat of many colors that my mama made for me." Wow, okay. The canvas of many colors. Thank you very much, Benta, and leaving a space for innovation and new things. Toastmaster Nema Sibingwa says, I hope to paint 2025 colorful. Wonderful. I'm already seeing colors at my back, where I have a plain wall. Just thinking about that takes me to great thoughts. And when I think about planning a year and planning about life, somebody very significant comes into my mind. This is none other than the famous Jim Rohn, who was a famous motivational speaker and a personal development coach. May God rest his soul in eternal peace. I will borrow a lot from Jim Rohn in his presentations in terms of planning for the year, planning for life. And when I listened to some of the statements from you participants this evening, I thought about what are the domains? What are the domains that really characterize our planning for the year? And I have something that I would like to just share with you. Allow me to just share this with you on screen. Where is this? Oh my, oh my. All right. Right. Just thinking about planning our year, and thought about the domains and the subdomains in our planning. Thinking about personal development. Are you planning to read books, attend seminars and courses, getting on board some mentors to work with you towards your success? About developing financial plans, those additional sources of income, savings, investment, about your health and vitality, how you approach nutrition, exercise, rest and recovery, about relationships, looking for those positive influences, keeping away those negative ones, and building relationships, identifying which relationships to build, career development, planning for new skills, deepening industry knowledge, and your networks, building your networks. Remember, networks, network. Some other domains, spiritual growth. Creating time, have you created time for reflection? What to study to improve your spiritual life? The community to support you towards the spiritual growth. And finally, the contribution that you make to the world so that you can be able to attract good. Which causes to support, what to contribute to those causes, and the impact that you are looking for. I borrow this from Jim Rohn because I find them to be very, very, very practical. And I share in this philosophy. For ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and guests, would like to deepen this. And we are going to do this through 3 sections of our meeting this evening. Our first section will be speeches from our members and Toastmasters who are undertaking projects to help improve themselves in communication and leadership. I therefore will have a team that will help me to undertake these today. In Toastmasters, we learn a teamwork. Therefore, to ensure a smooth and productive meeting, we will have an excellent team of role takers, and I want to introduce them. Our first role taker is our grammarian. Our grammarian this evening will be Faith Mbushi. Faith Mbushi, when I asked her where she wants to really concentrate in, which sphere of her life that she would like to concentrate on. She said, I would like to read more. And out of the reading, write more and influence globally through it. Faith Bushi, start by influencing us this evening. Tell us what your role will entail.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am excited today to be in this meeting. Thank you, Mr. President. As grammarian today, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to everybody that will speak, listening carefully to the language use. I'll take note of any improper language use, as well as any outstanding words, any outstanding quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce to you the word of the day. Just give me a minute as I get those slides. Host isn't allowed multiple presenter sharing. If you could allow me to share my screen to the host, please. As that is coming on, I can just speak about the word of the day. The word of the day is resolute. Resolute, which means admirably purposeful, determined, and unwavering. Let me see if I'm able to share my screen now. Yes. Thank you. Just give me a sec. So word of the day for today is resolute, which means admirably purposeful, determined, and unwavering. It also means fully committed, a person who is fully committed to achieving a goal. It also means firm, which also translates to unwavering, steady, and not easily shaken. The synonyms of the word resolute are constant, faithful, loyal, steadfast, decisive. The antonyms are hesitant, indecisive, undetermined, uncertain, and skeptical. When this word is used in a sentence, it reads like this. Despite the risks involved, she was resolute in her decision to undergo the experimental operation. Another sentence would read, despite facing numerous obstacles, she remained resolute in her pursuit of becoming a doctor. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. I will encourage everyone to use the word of the day as often as possible. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, our resolute grammarian. And we are resolute at using the word of the day. Thank you very much, Faith Mbushi. And whenever the word of the day is used, you might find some of us tapping our fingers to just appreciate the user of the word. Allow me to introduce our counter. Our counter this evening will be Lillian Wambura. When I asked Lillian what sphere of life that she will be putting a lot of effort or concentrating her effort in, she said, I am prioritizing health. The physical in terms of exercise and nutrition, the mental in terms of mindfulness and stress management, spiritual in terms of relationship and with the maker, and social in terms of meaningful relationships. Lillian, kindly introduce to us the role that you will be taking this evening.
Good evening, Toastmasters, TMOD, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and a Happy New Year to you all. The purpose of the tonight is to note words and sounds that are used as pause fillers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen to overused words including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will listen to filler sounds including a, a. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times each speaker has used these expressions. Thank you, Mr. TMOD, over to you.
Let us give a lot of applause to Lillian. Thank you very much. And we are looking forward to your report later. Our timer this evening will be Muna Abi. Muna says that she's prioritizing to succeed spiritually and in health and relying on Allah to help her stay calm and grounded in every situation of life and in good health, to give her strength to achieve her goals away from lifestyle diseases. Taima Muna, kindly introduce to us your role this evening.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I will time the formal speeches of the tip session, the formal speeches and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red card, which denote specific times remaining. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech time. Formal speeches should be within 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. Sorry, I think I'm having a technical issue. And at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. Tip sessions or table topic speakers should limit their time not more than 15 minutes. At 13 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 14 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 15 minutes, I will raise the red card. The Hack Master session should be 5 minutes long. At 4 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 4 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 5 minutes, I will raise the red card. The evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes long. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. And at the end of the session, I will give a report of how the time was spent. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, and back to you.
A lot of applause for Taima Muna Elmi. We're looking forward to your role and your report later. Our Hackmaster this evening will be Dennis Kanano. Dennis Kanano, welcome to the meeting this evening. I did not have a chance to get Dennis's response, but possibly he can tell us which area of focus does he want to prioritize this year and introduce the role. Welcome, Dennis. Dennis, if you can open your mic.
Oh, sorry for that. Thank you so much, TMOD, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Dennis Kamau. I'm a guest to Business Dialogue. I am from Iconic Toastmasters, invited by Frida, and I'm very happy to be here. The sphere I'll be focusing on for this year is my social life. I want to build more meaningful relationships. I want to connect with my family, nurture friendships, and join communities that will make me to grow and become strong and achieve my goals for the year. My role as the Hackmaster today is to keep everyone on their toes and actively listening. Toastmasters is all about communication, and effective communication starts with being a great listener. Throughout the meeting, I'll be paying close attention to what's being said. Towards the end, I'll ask a few questions based on what we've heard. It's a fun way to test our listening skills. So be sure to listen in carefully. Thank you so much, and back to you, TMOD.
Thank you very much, Dennis, and welcome to Business Dialogues and to your role this evening. Let's call him the Alert Dennis. To help us do an evaluation of our meeting or review, the evaluation of a whole meeting will be our general evaluator, Mercy Chege, who I will be introducing later in the meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, let us have our seatbelts ready and ready for the flight. We are taking on our first section of our meeting, the prepared speeches. We have speakers ready to inspire us with their insights and probably sharing with us their plans for the year or what they have in store for the year. Let us give them full attention and encouragement whenever they use the word of the day. And at the end, we can give them an applause. Our first speaker this evening will be Catherine Mate. Toastmaster Catherine Mate from Business Dialogues, Toastmasters Club. She will be introduced by Liaison Leza from Meru Toastmasters in Tanzania. Liaison Leza, kindly go ahead and introduce to us Catherine Mate, the purpose of her speech, and the title of the speech. Welcome, Liaison.
Thank you, Mr. TMOD. It's a pleasure to be here with you and fellow Toastmasters this evening. It is such a delight to get an opportunity to keep on learning new lessons and grow through our Toastmasters community. This evening, we shall be having one of our very remarkable candidates, Toastmaster Catherine Mate, who's working on her presentation mastery pathway, working on level 1, project 2. And Catherine will be delivering a speech on risk. And the purpose of her speech is for the member to learn basic methods of writing a speech with a defined purpose, but also to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Toastmaster Catherine also was very keen on bringing out the following facts that she wanted me to pay close attention on, which is her body movement, vocal variety, as well as speech organization. Last but not least, Toastmaster Catherine's speech will last 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Catherine, risk, risk, Toastmaster Catherine.
Thank you, Liaison. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm here to talk about risk. The biggest risk in life is not taking any risk at all. That's a quote by Mark Zuckerberg. You all know who Mark Zuckerberg is. He's a Facebook CEO. He took a risk on an idea that he had. And you well know the story of that, how that goes. What is risk, you may ask? Risk is the eventuality of uncertainty in an event or an outcome. We may take risk when we're doing business. We may take risk in our choices in a career. In life, risk is inherent and it's part of us. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd want us to evaluate our risk levels. On the chat box, kindly indicate if you're 10 being the highest risk and 1 being the low risk. Kindly take a few seconds on the chat box and write your risk level. I can see a 5, I can see 8, I can see 6. I can see 7, I can see 5, I can see 6, 7, 4. So on a scale of, based on the results, I would say 50% are risk takers and a few would like to sit on the comfort zone. Those are called risk-averse people. On the other side, the risk takers will want to pursue more. They'll want to try out new things and see what outcome lies ahead. This evening, I want us to dive on 4 main factors that may affect the numbers that you've just put on the chat box. They may affect your risk level based on 1, your age. As you can see, there are certain people who will look at risk from a point of knowledge because they have done something over time. Age is a factor. The younger you are, the more time you have to make some decisions and correct the mistakes of your youth. When you're slightly older, you don't have the luxury of time and you must calculate some of the decisions that you make. Some ideas, like the quill we started, will not be anything that you go by. Anything that is going on, you will not participate. Think about it. If you're a 23-year-old starting your first employment, there are some decisions you're going to make compared to a pensioner who just received a lump sum amount at 60. You're trying to figure out what to do with your money after retirement. Those two individuals will definitely have very different ideas on how to build their wealth. The second point I'd want us to look at is the time period, what we call the time horizon. How long do you want to invest? If you want to do business, if you want to do farming, if you want to step out of employment and start a business, are you planning it as a side hustle? Or are you taking step by step and you'd want this to be your main hustle? Are you stepping out of your comfort zone to do something that for 6 months, 1 year, or you want to do it for life? So the time must be a factor as you consider risk. The third element, capital. How much money do you have? How much money are you willing to put in? Our TMOD, how much money are you willing to take a gamble on this big idea that you have? You once spoke about starting a construction company. How big is this idea that you want to invest in? And how much money are you willing to invest in this bright idea? Mark Zuckerberg, as he started Facebook, did not have much, but in his head, he had this whole idea that there was what he would want to revolutionize, the social media space. You can imagine what Facebook is today, which was started from a room in his campus days. So how big are you hungry for your idea? Finally, I'd want us to look at the fourth one is your goal. When you're taking any risk, this investment that you want, be it a small investment or a very big investment, what is your expected return? What is your goal? You want to do some farming. What do you expect to get at the end of the period? You want to start a business that you and your friend have been discussing over and over. What do you expect to gain? At the end of the day, we can all agree in conclusion that risk is part of life. You risk and gain, or you risk and learn a lesson. If you risk nothing, you gain nothing. A quote by Bear Grylls. So I would want to make a resolute. In 2025, let us move out of our comfort zones. Let us take risks on those ideas that we have been shelving, that we have been fence-sitting on, that we have been told cannot materialize. You have to believe in yourself. The biggest risk has to be you. For other people to take in the idea, you have to risk. So in 2025, get off the fence, make a resolute, and have a risky 2025. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And good evening, Catherine Mate, the radiant and risk taker, Catherine Mate. And you have taken me to the point of thinking about what somebody calls the big, hairy, and audacious goals. What is the level of my audacity? I am resolute to take some risk, Catherine, and I hope our members and participants in our meeting today have that consideration as well. Thank you very much, and we look forward to an evaluation by Liaison Laser on your project today. I would refer back to my good mentor, the late Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn says that success is rented, and rent is due every day. What do you think about that? Does it speak something towards our daily plans, our weekly plans, and what we do to implement them? Just have that in mind as we bring on board our second speaker of the day. Our second speaker of the day is none other than the captivating Josephine Osumo. When I asked Josephine Osumo what she will be prioritizing this year, she says it is about relationships and networks, believing that no man is an island and that we need each other. We need you, Josephine, and to be introduced, to come on board, you will be introduced by Frida Owinga. Frida Owinga, kindly introduce to us Josephine, her title of the speech, and the purpose of the speech. Let us welcome Frida.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tiamodi. Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters and guests. Today, we have the privilege of hearing from Josephine Osumo, a dedicated and accomplished member working towards the prestigious Distinguished Toastmasters Award. This accolade is the highest honor in Toastmasters, signifying not only exceptional public speaking skills, but also a profound commitment to leadership and service. As part of Josephine's journey, she has completed a project that required significant time, effort, and ingenuity to benefit an organization. In this speech, Josephine will share her experience, offering insights into the challenges, successes, and the overall impact of her work. This is an opportunity for us to learn from Josephine as she demonstrates her leadership, organization, and public prowess. Let's give Josephine our undivided attention and a warm round of applause as she delivers her speech, highlighting the culmination of her dedication and skill. The title of her speech is 1,000 Steps Josephine Osumo.
Thank you. Allow me to share my screen. Just let me know if you can see it before I start. Emoji, is my
It's
screen
very,
visible?
very clear. We can be able to see it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Awesome. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. My first speech for this project was entitled 1,000 Steps, and the second one is 1,001 Steps. I thought it fit not to title this speech differently because it really is a continuation of what I had begun more than a year ago. At the beginning of last Toastmaster year, 2023-2024, I was challenged by DTM Jenny Mule to take up a district role. I did it on the condition that she would mentor me in my journey. And she retorted, as long as you make it your DTM project. And here we are. Today, I will share with you part of my journey as I took on the role of Club Retention Chair of District 114. In the very traditional sense, a coach is someone who comes alongside to train, to instruct, and to direct a person or team towards a preconceived desired outcome. And it is with this thought in mind that I accepted the role of Club Retention Chair for District 114, 2023-2024 year. The Club Retention Chair has three distinct roles. The first is the head up the Club Coach Committee, which assists with the Club Coach program. And that is, the Club Coach is supposed to have the ability to help people continue with what they came into Toastmasters to meet so that there is no net loss in clubs within the district. The second thing is the Club Retention Chair promotes membership building programs designed by Toastmasters International. And if you've been in Toastmasters, you've heard about this. There's the Beat the Clock. There's this medley program. Those are the programs that the Club Retention Chair works hand in hand with most of the PQDs to ensure that clubs use this as an impetus to get more members into their clubs. And thirdly, the Club Retention Chair reviews clubs to see which ones are in need of a club coach. If you've never been a friend of the dashboard on Toastmasters, the Toastmasters dashboard, when you become an EXCO member or you become a district member, then you know that that dashboard is really key in seeing what clubs are doing, where clubs are going. It shows us which clubs are going well and which clubs are suffering, so to speak. And this is the dashboard was my friend. I had to look at it more than once a day. I had a team with me, and my team was made up of Jenny Mule, Judy Owiti, and Eleanor. Jenny was the mentor. She was the one behind. If I had a problem, I would go to Jenny and Jenny would tell me what I needed to do, how to go about doing it. In fact, Jenny would call me up at all hours because that was the agreement we had. If you have an idea or if you have a problem, let us call each other up. Let us keep in contact with one another so that we do not lose what we are working towards. We will have conversations ranging from this club. Have you seen how it is? Is it going on well? What are you working towards? Who have you identified? And I will talk about the identification later. Then we had Judy, who was the training lead. Judy was in charge of ensuring that the trainings that we were offering the club coaches were aligned. Toastmasters International has a club coach program in the dashboard, but we thought it important to have trainings done within the year, 3 trainings done within the year. First, to set up the coaches for success. And this was done because within the first 30 days of being assigned as a club coach, you have to send your first report to Toastmasters International. The second training was to touch base. You have been coaches for this length of time. What is it you have discovered? What are the challenges that you're having? And this was set within 60 days because Toastmasters International expects coaches to send a report within 60 days. Then we had the third one just before we went out for TCON, because at this point, then we know which clubs are doing well, which clubs are at risk of being suspended. And we wanted to just give our coaches the motivation to get that last push and go ahead. Then we had, I have been interrupted. Okay. Then we had Eleanor, who was the administrator, and Eleanor had to work on each and everything that was there. How did this work? The project, we had to identify potential coaches, and this we did by sending out posters. We had to train these coaches and any members who were interested, and we had to deploy these coaches to clubs. Each club had to have at least 2 coaches. What are some of the lessons we learned? One, I learned that when in need, I need to reach out. I need to speak up. I need to ask questions because nobody knows what is going on in my head. The second thing I learned was to train. We need to train people. Let's not assume that everybody in Toastmasters, by virtue of being in Toastmasters, knows the skills they need to build. We needed to create a community. We needed to be able to motivate these people. And the third lesson, actually not the third, the third lesson was to deploy. How do we deploy them? We send them out to the clubs, but we keep in contact with them. I had meetings with coaches every week, not the same coaches because we had about 40 coaches deployed out. And each and every week we used to meet with 1 or 2 coaches and just find out, how is your club doing? What are the challenges that you have? Would you want somebody to come in and give a tip session? And in that way, we also helped members be able to meet their speaking goals. The other lesson we learned is it's not a one and done thing. Being a club coach and being a club retention chair is not one and done. Once it was done and we are finished with it, these clubs still exist and we still need to be able to go back to those clubs and just talk to them because we have already created a relationship. Then be open to learning. I learned so much as the club retention chair. Not only the things that people come to Toastmasters for, but also by myself as Josephine. I grew so much because I was open to learning. And teamwork is important. I had a team of 3 who are pushing me and who are with me and who are working with me. But in that also, I also had some other people who I would talk to. The coaches had their own community that they would talk to. And finally, don't give up. Don't give up. Sometimes we would look at the dashboard with Jenny and would think, this club has 8 members. 8 members, we need to bring it to 12. How can we do that? And those clubs are the ones that shocked us because when you talk to their exco, when you talk to their coach, they have so much fire in them not to let their club lose that they are willing to do whatever it takes to get that club up to the 12 members because that is the minimum that is set by Toastmasters International. In conclusion, what do I want to leave you with? 1, ask. If you have something, if you have an idea, if you have a question, ask. Secondly, reach for the stars. Don't limit yourself to here. Reach for the stars and go beyond the stars if you can. And finally, celebrate the small wins. Why is it important to celebrate the small wins? Because you might be looking at a club that needs to get to 20 members, yet there's a club here that has just got 1 extra member. Celebrate that club. When you are doing your goals, celebrate the small wins that you are doing towards that big goal. You do not have to get the big deal that you want. But even if you called somebody up on phone, that is a win. Celebrate it, because it is the small wins that lead to big things. And as we delve deeper into this year, I urge each of you to be resolute in your pursuit of being an exemplary communicator, because Anthony Arnold says the beauty of Toastmasters is that everyone is learning everything together. And I hope that I will see you in these corridors of Toastmasters as we continue this journey of learning. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Josephine Osomo, the captivating Josephine Osomo, for a very, very smoothly delivered project and speech this evening. And I want to pick from the point where you challenge us to reach for the stars. And connecting with Catherine Matters, take that risk with big, hairy, audacious goals. Wow, what a way to start our year. And the lessons we are learning and the words that we are getting from our speakers. I am resolute at picking those lessons because Jim Rohn as well says there is the importance of planning. And connecting to Josephine's words, we have a tip to create that detailed plan that is broken down to every day, to every week, every month, and even to quarters, so that it informs the year that is 2025. And therefore, we are able to evaluate each of them and to celebrate the small wins that Josephine has given to us. Thank you very much. Our speakers, let us give them a lot of applause again, Catherine Mate and Josephine Osumo. Catherine Mate on risk, and Josephine Osumo on 1,001 steps. Interesting. Our SAA, I think it is a good time for us to have the poll for the better speaker of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. I will try to reach for the stars. I'm launching the poll. And in a minute, you should be able to see it on your screens. Please vote for the better speaker of the evening. We had 2. Catherine Mate with risk, and Josephine Osumo with 1,001 steps. Josephine Osumo. Let's go ahead, let's vote. We are enough in the room to vote. We can do better. We are at 45%. We are 22 in the room. 1 more minute. Good. We are at almost 60%. Let's vote. Let's vote. Let's reach for the stars. Let's reach for our keyboards and let's vote. Closing the poll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the poll is officially closed. Back to you, TMOD.
Thank you very much, our SAA, Joe Mukoko. Looking forward to the results of the poll later for the better speaker this evening. We say that in Toastmasters, we always aim for those stars. We are resolute at getting better, and therefore we have these polls to just help us work harder and get better for the next time. We are on to our second session of our meeting, or second part of our meeting this evening. This will be the tips session. And before we just jump into the tips session, I just remembered one quote from Jim Rohn as well, as he talks about planning. He says that Success is like a garden. You have to take care of it. Just like in Toastmasters, we have a garden that is being better communicators and leaders. And therefore, that is why we undertake this. And what a better way of tending to that garden than to get tips from distinguished Toastmasters who have gone ahead of us, who have learned the way, and they have gathered knowledge that they can share with us. And therefore, our tips session today will be taken by a very, very distinguished Toastmaster Neema Siwingwa, graceful Neema Siwingwa. She will take us through a topic on achieving your Toastmasters goals, tending that garden that is your Toastmasters garden. When I asked Neema what area that she will be concentrating on, she said that, sorry. Oh, sorry. I've just, allow me to just introduce Neema in terms of her area, the profession. She said that she's a development finance specialist and she mobilizes development funds for projects that contribute to sustainable development in Africa. She's an avid Toastmaster and joined in 2020, so with 4 years in Toastmasters, and is a member of 4 clubs, Neema, wow. And she is an officer in one of them. She has been a division director and also an area director. Neema, we would like to tap into your experience and want to welcome you to the podium with an applause. Let us welcome Neema to take this session over.
Of the day and good evening, fellow Toastmasters and our guests. I am super jazzed at this opportunity to be amongst a group of ambitious and enterprising folk. A definition that I like about entrepreneurs, given by David Karp, the founder of Tumblr, an online picture database, is an entrepreneur is someone who has a vision for something and they want to create. In your day-to-day, you're already doing this in your respective businesses, having a vision and wanting to create. But you are all not just entrepreneurs, right? You are also Toastmasters. Being a member of this club, I understand that personal development and growth are obviously of importance to you, and especially in the areas of public speaking, communications, and leadership. Toastmasters International expects to help its members through practical learning. Leadership and communication, for example, are taught by taking on leadership roles at the club level, at the area level, at the division, district, and even regional level. And also, Toastmasters International expects to help its members through educational programs, pathways, which I'm sure all of the members of this club are registered into. By a show of hands, how many of you, when you first joined Toastmasters, had set several ambitious goals and targets? Please use the emojis to signal. Okay, I'm not seeing any emojis. Aha, I'm seeing one there, perfect. Can you then just post in the chat what some of these ambitious goals were? Okay, whilst I wait for those to come up, I'll revisit the chat. We are in January of 2025. A new year can bring excitement for the future, a time to rekindle dreams and set new ambitions. For some, it's like a fresh start. Many people and even companies reflect on the past year and set new resolutions and goals for the upcoming one at the start of the year. Now tell me, how many of you, so we talked about how many of you set goals when you first joined Toastmasters, but how many of you have also set goals for this second half of the Toastmaster year? By a show of hands or emojis? Okay, I'm seeing some really good ambitions in here and goals. To deliver a speech every month, I like that, Grammarian. To complete your pathway in 6 months, wow, that's super ambitious, SAA. To deal with stage fright in 3 months, I actually love the ambition of all of these goals. You guys clearly do know how to set ambitious targets. And the focus of my tip session today really is how to set that ambitious target. You know, for some, the new year can spark a negative mindset, especially for setting goals, because if we dwell on or reflect upon the things that we were unable to complete in the past year, guess what frame of mind you'll be in when you're setting this year's goals? All you think about is, last year I didn't attain level 1, so I want to do it this year. Sometimes reflecting on these things, our goals, when they're set using such negative perceptions or such shortcomings, often render us into setting goals that are not as ambitious, not as inspiring as we really can set. As I reflected on my Toastmaster year, and the Toastmaster goals that I set for myself at the beginning of the Toastmaster year, I did a little bit of research to see how other Toastmasters also thought about achieving their goals. I spoke to a couple of people, but I was really inspired by one distinguished Toastmaster, Sarah Mayer, and her observations on how productive people actually get things done. She discovered that they set bold goals that are aligned with their desires and passion, and that these people planned their days, their week, their months, and even their year in order to accomplish this goal. It is not about time management, but it's all about self and goal management. So I'd just like you guys all to reflect upon the next couple of things that I'd like to share with you in terms of how you can attain these goals. First one is reflect. And here in this case, it's about reflecting with a positive mindset. When you reflect, look back at all of the things that you were able to achieve. Ask yourself positive questions. By doing this, you create a positive expectation that will be successful and that your goals will be possible. So for example, instead of reflecting on what you didn't achieve, why don't you inspire yourself by thinking about all of the things that you were able to achieve in the past year? What made you proud? Second, dream. I can see from the comments in the chat that many of you are clearly big dreamers. I really like the ambition of, I believe, the club president to overcome stage fright in 3 months. That to me sounds quite ambitious. Well, also depending on how used to the stage you are. And somebody else also wrote that they want to be an internationally recognized professional speaker. These are the type of dreams and aspirations that actually allow you to be able to set goals that are bold and goals that you want to achieve because you're passionate about them. Next, I want to encourage you to plan. To achieve any goal, especially an ambitious one, you need to have a plan. Write your plan out and be detailed, step by step, in terms of how you think you'd be able to achieve that goal. Research how to achieve that goal, and also ask people how they managed to do it if you know others who have in the past. Create an action plan to learn how to get started. An example I thought that could be achievable is becoming a triple crown. So, how many projects does it take for one to get a triple crown in a year? I believe it takes 11 projects. So that's clearing 3 levels. If you start today at level 1 and you complete level 3, that takes you that allows you to be able to be awarded a triple crown. How do you deliver 11 speeches in 12 months? Well, 11 is definitely smaller than 12, so you have 11 months to be able to deliver it and to be recognized for it. So in this very simplistic or simple example of mine, what it basically means is you can deliver a speech within a month. And so you plan for that. Next is strategize. And this is a really important and critical step in achieving your goals. Because in creating a strategy, you are able to think through some of the things, possible pitfalls, which might get in the way of you delivering your ambitious goal. So if you think through possible pitfalls and how to overcome them as you're planning, also thinking up potential plan Bs, that really helps you to be able to plan for that eventuality. So for example, in the Triple Crown example, if you can't deliver a speech in your club every single month, think about other clubs where you might be able to deliver your speech. Prioritization should be the top of your strategy. Attaining this goal should be your top priority, and you need to think through anything that could potentially hinder you from doing that. Now that you have these 4 items in order to help you with your preparation, the next thing is to start the implementation. So schedule your goals and try to spend time each week on at least trying to attain one aspect of your plan. Set specific timelines for achieving specific goals and review your plan regularly. I believe we heard earlier on today from our TMOD that failing to prepare leads to a failure, and failing to plan, leads to a failure in delivery. So in this case, if you don't plan adequately, then you really are setting yourself up for failure. I would also like to encourage all of you to consider having at least 2 types of people to support you through any kind of goal you want to deliver in life. One is a mentor, somebody who can serve as your visionary on your journey, somebody who has already gone through this journey and who can give you foresight so that as you're strategizing, you can think of the potential pitfalls. And 2, an accountability partner, somebody who might also be going through the same process as you and would be willing to follow up on your progress. These types of people can help you get back on track or come up with hacks to achieve your goals faster. Business dialoguers, I want to challenge you this year to reflect positively, dream big, plan effectively, strategize with pitfalls in mind, and then implement. Let's go get our Toastmasters goals. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you very much. Let us applaud our graceful Neema Siwingwa. Thank you very much. Let us go for those goals. And I feel that you have given us the formula to go for the goals. Business dialogue members, somebody can hear me? Yes, let us go for this. Let us achieve our DCP goals. And we have been given a great trigger by our tips master this evening. And again, we want to applaud you, Neema, for sharing with us. We reflect, where are we? Did you just do one project last year or the first half of this term of the Toastmasters between October and March? What can you do better? Dream about those projects. Schedule the goals and get a mentor. And the club is going to help you to get a mentor to be able to achieve the goals. We are doing well in terms of just reflecting about the garden that is building our 2025, and now specifically focusing on our Toastmasters journey. Somebody has their microphone on. Can mute. Thank you. Thank you very much. Our next session is on evaluations. Evaluations help us to get better and to grow in our journey to become successful, and in our journey to become successful Toastmasters. To take us through the evaluations will be our general evaluator of the day. Our general evaluator is none other than Mercy Chege. Okay. Mercy Chege will be taking us through the evaluations. Will take us through the evaluation of the speeches that were delivered earlier and the sectional reports. We will also have, sorry. I want to take this moment to bring on board our hack master. He asked us to be very, very good in listening, and he will be coming to test our listening skills, because in Toastmasters, we are not just learning how to be better speakers, we are also taught and advised to be better listeners. I want to invite our hackmaster of the evening, Dennis Kamau, to take over the floor and take us through the hackmasters session. Dennis.
Yeah, thank you so much, Timothy. So if you know an answer to this, please raise up your hand. So the first question is, what is the biggest risk? Anyone? Yes, Faith?
I believe this was a quote that was said by Catherine Mate by Mark Zuckerberg. The biggest risk is not taking a risk at all.
Yeah, perfect. Nice one. So the second question is, who wanted to start a construction company? I think this is pretty obvious. Who wanted to start a construction company? Yes, Lillian?
From what I heard, it's you call him I'm a guest, so I'm not clear on the terms. I think it's the Toastmaster of the day.
Correct. I really hope he did. That question is, who's the person behind this quote? Success is rented, and the rent is due every day. Josephine, are your hand is still up?
Tim Ron.
Perfect. The second last one is, what are the roles of the club retention chair? What are the roles of the club retention chair? Who would like to take this one? I think Josephine can help you out.
Yes, I can help out.
You're not listening.
Oh, somebody wants to answer it?
No, please do.
All right. The roles of the club retention chair are threefold. One is to head the club coach committee, which assists with the club coach program. The second is to assist in promoting membership building programs designed by Toastmasters International. And thirdly is to review clubs to see which clubs are in need of a club coach, going by Toastmaster International requirements.
Yeah, thank you so much. I hope they have heard it. This is the second time. The last question is from our tip master, Naima. How do you attain your goals? Who would like to take it up? How do you attain your goals? Florence, would you like to try? Soraya?
Can you hear me?
Yes, you can.
By reflecting with a positive mindset, dreaming big, planning, strategizing, and implementing.
That's amazing. And lastly, having two people, a mentor and an accountability partner. That is it for our Master session. Continue being good listeners. It's been a great session so far. Thank you so much, and back to Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much. Our Hackmaster of the Day, Dennis. Let us give him a lot of applause for giving us a chance to express our listening or to show our listening skills. And it is true that our participants today have been listening. And indeed, we have been served with a lot to take home. After our Hackmaster session, we will now go to the evaluation segment where we receive the constructive feedback. And as alluded to earlier, our general evaluator will take over this session. Our general evaluator is Mercy Chege. And Mercy says that her area of concentration will be to fully succeed in discipline and success, and specifically so in delivering the promise or delivering the things that she promises. Please welcome Mercy Chege as she takes our evaluation section. Welcome, Mercy.
Thank you so much. I'll be turning my video on in a few minutes, but I am so happy to be here finally at Business Dialogue. I'm from the Thika Toastmasters. So we actually always meet the same time as you people get to meet. So this is the one time in a long time that you guys are meeting and we're not meeting. So I am so happy to be here. And I'd love us, because of time, to get to our feedback session. There is an unknown person who says that great leaders are not born, they are shaped by feedback. And at this moment, I would love us to receive feedback so that this feedback can shape us to be better leaders, better communicators, and better individuals, and overall, better people in our day-to-day lives. So I'd love us to first listen to our evaluators who will be evaluating our speeches. And we will start with our first evaluator, Toastmaster Liaison Laser, who will be evaluating our first speaker, Catherine Mate. So let's welcome Toastmaster Liaison Laser. I hope I've said your name correctly.
Yes, Madam GE. Thank you for that warm welcome. Toastmaster Catherine, risk. A really insightful theme and a very unique choice of area of speech. And I was able to really resonate with your speech simply because you gave us a very strong, captivating hook by Mark Zuckerberg that said, the biggest risk in life is not taking any risk at all. And I believe, fellow Toastmasters and guests in this room this evening,
This captivating quote really made you think for a moment that all those times that I ran away from the risk, all those times that I tried to evade the risk, if I would have known, I would have actually exercised and build up my inner capacity to take that risk, even if it's by 1%, because you never know what you might be missing out on. I really love the way that you shared an insightful engagement question with the audience. But how many of us in this room this evening are risk takers according to from a range of 1 to 10? I was really amazed with how the audience really engaged with your question. You maintained a very good eye contact with your audience. You had your line of sight strictly towards us at all times, and your physical movement was absolutely meticulous. However, Toastmaster Catherine, according to some of the key areas that you asked me to pay attention on, I would say out of 100%, you excelled your speech delivery by more than 80%. However, I still feel that according to the core values and as Toastmasters, Toastmasters gives us the room to be continuous learners, but also to embrace both our strengths and weaknesses to become better communicators. Therefore, I would like to encourage you, Toastmaster Catherine, when preparing your speech, to take a moment to find small, even if it's just the quotes, to really find a way to bring out that beautiful voice of yours. You had such amazing quotes. And a good example of how you could leverage those quotes to make us really resonate with your speech was, let's say, for instance, when you gave us a quote on during the end, that when we risk, we learn something. But when we don't take the risk, we don't learn anything. Such emphasis on your quotes would have really helped us to connect with your speech a bit more. I would like to challenge you on 2 things. First, to take a moment to breathe when you're delivering your speech, to allow your audience to resonate, but also to think in the context that you're delivering, but also to add a small touch of your own personal experience to the context of the speech that you're giving us in order to help us to personalize this sharing with us. Ultimately, you had an amazing speech, and if you keep up the same energy, it would make you to become a more resolute leader and communicator. Back to you, Madam GE.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Liza. That was a great evaluation, and I believe that Toastmaster Catherine has some notes to take home and also work on even in her next speech. At this point, I'd love us to welcome our second evaluator, Toastmaster Frida Winger, who will be evaluating DTM in waiting, Toastmaster Josephine Osumu.
I like that. So here's the summary and evaluation of DTM in waiting, Josephine Osumu. Her speech titled 1001 Steps. I loved her speech. I loved the way she was calm, very confident. I really enjoyed it. Josephine delivered an inspiring and well-organized speech detailing her journey as a club retention chair and the leadership project she successfully executed. She showcased her dedication, resilience, and strategic approach in designing and implementing a robust plan to support struggling Toastmasters clubs. I was just wondering, where was she? How come our club was not in that coaches thing? But that's a story for another day. She emphasized key elements like identifying and training club coaches, using the dashboard to monitor club progress, and fostering teamwork and community among her team and coaches, which is a key factor of success in Toastmasters. Her insights into the importance of celebrating small wins and staying motivated were compelling and relatable for any Toastmaster that is starting off. What did Josephine do well? Her structure and clarity. If you notice, she had like 3 sections that she was going through what her role, what club retention is all about, who the team is, what does the role entail, and then what they actually did. She had structure and clarity. She was logically structured, starting with the roles, responsibility, the execution process, and then also her lessons learned, and ending with an inspiring conclusion. She effectively highlighted the power of collaboration, sharing how her team and coaches contributed to the project's success. I really like that because as we listen to her at DTM in waiting, we see again the power of teamwork and collaboration in Toastmasters. I like that she shared her valuable lessons, asking for help, fostering learning, and celebrating small wins, provided practical takeaways for the audience. 3 clear things that we can take away and actually apply in Toastmasters and that in life and at work. 2 areas that I recommend for Josephine for improvement. First is engagement techniques, incorporating a rhetorical question, a brief story, or a dynamic call to action earlier could have further captivated the audience's attention. Perhaps the light coming on, distracted her a little bit, but I felt that the call to action a little earlier could have helped. Vocal variety and emphasis. While her passion was evident, varying her tone and emphasizing key points dynamically could have made her speech even more impactful. A little more animation in what she was doing, but overall, I enjoyed the speech. I loved the lessons that I got out of it. She ended on a very inspiring note, encouraging all of us to pursue excellence and celebrate progress, no matter how small. Josephine, you demonstrated exemplary leadership and public speaking skills, fulfilling the objectives of the project with a strong and heartfelt presentation, and you are well on your way to achieving Distinguished Toastmaster designation. Well done, and thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Frida. I believe you're also a DTM in waiting soon enough. Thank you so much, our evaluators. Those were great evaluations. At this point, I'd love to call upon our SAA, Josie Mutuko, who will launch the poll on voting for the best evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mercy. I now go ahead to launch the poll for best evaluator. We had 2. Can you see my screen? We had 2. Leza Lezon and Frida Owinga. Let's vote. We have been asked to reach for the stars. We should be able to reach for them. We're almost there. Okay. Closing down the polls in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The poll is closed. Back to you, Toastmaster Mercy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our SAA, Josie Mutuko. I believe that we're all enjoying the meeting. And even as this plane is almost landing in a few minutes. So thank you so much so far. We'd love to get to hear the feedback from our role takers because feedback is a fuel for the engine of personal and professional growth. And we had some resolute individuals who took upon different roles and they'll be giving us their feedback. I'd love us to start with our grammarian for the day. I'm sorry, I didn't quite get your name. I think I need to open yes, let me open my agenda. So I'd love us to hear from our grammarian of the day, Faith Bushi.
Thank you so much,
Faith.
General Evaluator Mercy Chege. I will give the grammarian report. Our word of the day was resolute. Sadly, as resolute as I was to have the word used, it was not quite used enough. But there are people who still used it. There are role takers who still used it and used it well. Starting with the president and the Toastmaster of the day who used the word 5 times. Speaker Catherine Mate used it once. General Evaluator has just used it right now once. The Toastmaster Evaluator Laser Liaison has used it once. And if I have missed out on your use of the word, please do let me know. I will go into the report around improper use of the language and give some suggestions. So Catherine attempted to use a word once, but she did say, I will make a resolute. And the right way to use the word would have been make a resolution. And this resolution means making a firm decisions to do or not to do something close to what we do every year, making resolutions. I would also want to point out Frida's misspelling, not spelling, pronunciation of the word ingenuity. She did say ingenuity, and ingenuity is a capacity to creatively solve problems. So I did hear some interesting quotes from the Toastmaster of the day, Joseph Kimotho, quoting Jim Rohn severally. I'm just going to read them out. And I will paraphrase one of them, which said, planning for the year is planning for life. That was an amazing quote. The Toastmaster of the day also gave us very many sayings that I liked, including success is not rented, which has been repeated, meaning it had such an impact. Success is rented, and rent is due every day, by Jim Rohn again. Success is like a garden and you have to care for it. We also had a wonderful saying from the general evaluator who said, great leaders are not born, they are shaped by feedback. Thank you for that, Masi Chege. We had a few more quotes by Catherine Mate when she was giving her speech. She quoted Mark Zuckerberg, the biggest risk is not taking a risk at all. And by Bear Grylls, I am not sure of the spelling of that, but it says, if you risk nothing, you gain nothing. And one of the role takers also said, the beauty of Toastmasters is that everyone is learning everything together. So that is my report. One more thing I would like to add, Josephine Osomo's word impetus was impressive, which means driving force or impulse that causes a particular activity to happen. Thank you, Toastmaster of the, thank you, General Evaluator. Masichege, back to you.
Thank you so much, Algrame, and that was a good job. One of the goals I want to set for myself this year is to become a grammarian. Grammarian is one of the roles that I have not taken so far in Toastmasters. I joined Toastmasters in last year, May, and I'm always running away from that role. So I hope this year in my goals, I will take up that role more. Thank you so much for wonderful feedback. So next, I'd love us to hear from our counter. Will tell us how we used our R's, whom's. Thank you, Lillian.
Good evening once more. So my role today was very easy because I would hardly get any filler words or overused words from the speakers tonight. However, there were a few filler words and a few overused words. So here's my report. TMOD used and. Hackmaster used a. Soraya used a. Evaluator Frida used I. No, I could not get any more filler words or overused words. So you all did a good job. Thank you.
Thank you, Lillian. Lastly, I'd love us to hear from our timer, Toastmaster Mona Abi.
Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, my role was to keep time on all our speeches, on the formal speeches, tip sessions, and Hackmasters, and the evaluation as well. We'll start with our first speaker, Toastmaster Catherine Mate. She took 5 minutes and 57 seconds, which is within the time of speech length 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Josephine Osuma took a bit longer. Her speech lasted for 9 minutes and 46 seconds. The tip session by Toastmaster Neema Siwingwa took 11 minutes, 24 seconds. That was within the time she was allocated of 15 minutes. Hackmaster Dennis Kananu, 4 minutes and 17 seconds, still within the time range of 5 minutes allocated to him. Our evaluators, Toastmaster Leiza Leizon, 3 minutes and 33 seconds, a little bit over the time allocated of 3 minutes. And Toastmaster Frida Owinga, 3 minutes and 23 seconds, more than the time allocated. Thank you very much, and back to you, General Evaluator Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Muna. Toastmaster Muna Abi. Thank you. So at this point, I believe we've heard from all our role takers. In case I've missed someone, Toastmaster of the day, please do tell me.
And all the role takers. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. I have fully enjoyed this flight. I remember Toastmaster said that we're taking off, so I have fully enjoyed this flight. I was probably on a first class in the Emirates or Qatar Airways. I fully loved this flight. It was a great meeting. I enjoyed it, and I believe everyone enjoyed it. And I'd love us to look at a few things which I believe will make this meeting better, and also get to look at a few things we did well. So one of the things is this meeting started on time, so congratulations. I love that our Toastmaster of the day, I don't know if he sent a message to all the role takers, but I believe at 6, exactly at 6 and at 6:02, I saw his message reminding me to get to join the meeting, which I believe is a good thing. In case anyone just forgot about the meeting, they at least got to remember I need to be at a meeting now. So thank you so much. Great introduction by our presiding officer, who was also our Toastmaster of the day. We introduced the club, told us what the club is about. I didn't know the club was actually a corporate club, so I love that he got to tell us more about the club. And also I loved how he introduced the theme of the day. He gave us an icebreaker question, asked us a question, and I believe that reeled us all in and created an expectation on what this meeting will look like, or what it will be about, and probably even have us thinking about a few things. One of the things that I maybe noted at the beginning is that we were definitely not on time. We were a bit behind time, because by the time we were starting to introduce the role takers, we should have already listened to our speeches. And I believe maybe in the coming meetings in this year, we will get to manage our time much better. Great speeches by our speakers, Toastmaster Catherine Mate and DTM in waiting, Josephine Osuma. Those were great speeches. And I believe in a way they inspired us even as we start the year and got to relate with our theme of kickstarting the year. That Toastmaster Catherine talked about taking risks. And I believe some of us were asking ourselves, what risks do we want to take? And Toastmaster Josephine Osuma told us about how to take 1,000 steps. I believe the evaluators did a great job in evaluating the speakers. They gave them actionable feedback that they can use even in their next speeches. And also they did a good job introducing the speakers. A Toastmaster of the day, that was a good job. You were warm. I think there's just a way you just entice us to just want to keep listening to you more. It's my first time hearing you. So I really did enjoy how you took up the role, how you engaged us. You gave us different quotes. I was writing them down because I need to reflect on them as the year goes by. So thank you. You were engaging. You shared so much knowledge, and you definitely truly enriched our experience. Maybe we were a bit short on time, but I would have also loved to hear more about how can we set our goals much better, just to hear more on how you can elaborate this topic, that even by the time someone's logging out of this meeting, you're able to go sit down and look at your goals again and say, okay, from that last Toastmasters meeting, there's something I need to do better, something I need to change. But overall, that was a great job, well done. We hope to invite you, I think, at Toastmasters someday. Yes. So good tip. That was a great tip session, even from our DTM Neema. I think it was very relevant even as we start the Toastmaster second half of the year, even as we start the year, for all of us to look at our goals and see how we can make better goals. A few things that I think we can improve on, even to make this meeting better. So one of the things, I was looking at how many participants are we in the meeting, and I think the highest number we were was probably 25. Maybe there were more that I didn't get to see. Maybe this year, as we start the year, we can challenge ourselves to have more participants in the meeting. I don't know how many members you are as a club, but I believe we also have an opportunity to invite more visiting Toastmasters, more guests. And one of the ways we can do that is share the poster more. Forgive me, I'm not in more of your groups, and I probably just have feeders numbers. So I don't know how you share the poster of the day, but I would really think we can share the poster more, even in the East Africa Toastmasters group. This will have more people visiting. I would love to take Bongo Toastmasters. They have online meetings, and there's this thing they usually do. So when they have a meeting, they keep sending the poster, and at some point when the meeting is also starting, someone sends a poster and says the meeting is starting now, and they even send a message and say the meeting is on. And I believe because it's an online meeting, someone can be able to join even if they were traveling or they were going back home. Someone can see a message and be like, oh, there's a meeting, so let me just get into it. So I think we can have more people coming in and just reel more people in, even to become members, and also learn, even if they're from other clubs. The other thing we can do is use our social media more. So I took some time to search business dialogues on Instagram. I don't know if you have other social media channels. If you do, please do let me know. But I believe we can use our social media more. So when I looked at your Instagram, the last time you posted was in 2023. Yes, so maybe then you can tell us, do you have any social media channels that the club is active on? I believe social media is a great place to tell people more about Toastmasters, and especially this Toastmaster club, because it is about people, most of people who are entrepreneurs, and I believe that they don't just come and learn to speak, they can be able to get valuable connections in the club. So we can do that more. We can work on our time management to manage time much better. And the other thing is, I believe I probably didn't do that myself as much, but we can have our videos on. When we have our videos on, we are able to have a much better Toastmaster experience. I'm able to know who is Hackmaster Dennis. I'm able to know who's PR Benta Owino, and we're able to see who is in the meeting and engage much more. Even when we meet each other on the road, we're able to know who is who. I once joined in a meeting that was in Canada, and one of their rules was everyone has to have their video on. In case your video is not on, they will actually remove you from the meeting. So I don't think we are that harsh, but we can look in the year to have our videos on, and we can get engaged more. I love the background that Toastmaster Liaison had when he was presenting. Maybe he can share with some of us who do not know, how can we get such backgrounds? I think they're very interesting, and they just make the meeting look much better. It almost feels like a physical meeting. So something else, our timer. We can look to work on our way when someone is presenting, that we do not interrupt their presentation. Because I saw that when Toastmaster Josephine Osuma was presenting, and then the timer cards came on, they confused her a little bit. So probably you can work on that by changing maybe your video and having some cards with you, and then you can display that on your video so that we don't get to distract someone who's presenting. And finally, our role takers, you did a great job. Thank you so much. Maybe something that we can look to have is, for example, our timer, our counter, our grammarian, give us tips on how we can do better. If it is in terms of our arms. Tell us, why do we need to remove these arms? What are some of the things we can do to ensure that we don't have the arms repeated words? Don't just give us a report, but also give us tips on how we can do better. Our timer, you can give us tips on how we can manage our time better. How does this relate even to our day-to-day life, so that it's not just about the role, but there are more tips that are given to us to just make us better, even in our day-to-day lives. Because one of the things in Toastmasters, we're not just in Toastmasters for the meeting, but that this meeting would have value in our day-to-day lives. And something else maybe our timer can look at, and anyone who comes as a timer afterwards, is to always remember that even if the time is allocated 2 to 3 minutes, there's always an extra 30 seconds. So if someone is over the 30 seconds, that's when we say that they were not within the time. But overall, that was a great meeting. I loved being here. I have learned a lot. I cannot wait to work on my leg this year. I loved the quote. My favorite quote was definitely that success is rented and the rent is due every day. And I pray that this year I'm going to be able to pay my rent on time. Thank you, Business Dialogues, for a great meeting. And as I leave, I'd love to share this quote with you, that your vision is a roadmap and your goals are the milestones. Start strong and stay the course. Business Dialogues, your vision is a roadmap and your goals are the milestone. Start strong and stay the course. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here, and I look forward to meeting you all more times. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Joseph Kimoto.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. A lot of applause to our general evaluator, Mary Chege. That was quite a heap of what we have done well and what we can do better to have greater and probably closer to excellent meetings, and for leaving us with a message that gives us hope and gives us a focus that we stay strong. Yes, we shall stay strong. BD members, you're there, and we know that we have an ecosystem that is supporting. Thank you very much for visiting us, Mercy, and giving us this great feedback to help us improve. Wow. I'm elated. And even as we bring this meeting closer to the end, I want to take this opportunity to thank all our speakers and even our tips session master for sharing with us and elucidating some of the areas that we can look into when we are planning for our 2025. And indeed, I believe that we have already planned and are all already in it. We say that success is a garden. We are already in the garden. And I thank you, participants, for making tonight's meeting quite impactful. I feel that I have been added to knowledge. And as we reflect on our theme today, kickstart your year with clarity and purpose, I believe that we have gotten to a journey of clarifying our purpose. And let us remember, in the words of Mahatma Gandhi, the future depends on what you do today. The future depends on what you do today. So clarity helps us to focus, and purpose gives us our actions and meaning. Together, they create a powerful force of achieving our goals. And by viewing this year as a canvas, we can transform our life into just a great masterpiece, and do this intentionally, with creativity and with a lot of consistent effort. Remember the canvas. Remember the importance of planning, a detailed plan. Remember to be open to new opportunities by just being agile and flexible. Remember the power of consistency that has been talked to by even our speakers and our tips master. Remember to reflect and evaluate where we are at. Those daily plans, weekly plans, monthly plans, we have the opportunity to reflect and get better, tweak them, and have greater success when we pivot and look for ways for better. And then we were told one great thing. Somebody wrote on the chat, I think this was Linda Saina. She said that she would paint her life in bold. And I'm just thinking that she meant that she will dream big. That canvas, dreaming big and bringing on those bold actions. Let us not shy from our ambitious goals. And ladies and gentlemen, as I sign off as your Toastmaster of the evening, I would like to propose a toast. We are blessed. We are here. We have had a great meeting. We are in good health, and we are planning to even make it better. And we are even blessed with a platform, Toastmasters, and even our clubs. And for the guests, you're blessed with these networks to come on board and become greater communicators and greater leaders. Let us therefore toast and cheers to new beginnings for 2025, new networks, and to great success to our gardens that we have and that we have started. Cheers. And I want to leave this over to Madam Frida Winger, our VPE, for the closing section.
Thank you very much, PMOD Joseph Kimoto, and President at the same time. Thank you for taking a dual role and for guiding us very well this evening. Thank you very much, all the role takers, guests, members, everybody who was here tonight. We are very grateful that you came, and we look forward to having you at our other meetings. This is Business Dialogues Toastmasters. We meet twice a month, the second Wednesday of the month. We meet physically here on Zoom, and the fourth Wednesday of the month we meet virtually here on Zoom. The fourth Wednesday we meet physically at the United Kenya Club, which is opposite the St. Paul's Church. And this first meeting of the year, we have a very exciting program planned out for you, especially our members. Please make time to come. We have a town hall. A town hall is where we get to engage and give each other feedback and exchange ideas on how we want to make our club better. It's the first one we are doing. This is for you. Please make sure you come. Bring a friend so that we can grow our numbers. As you have seen in Toastmasters from the messages, teamwork and collaboration makes the dream work. The more we are, the better we are. I congratulate Dauntless for running the meeting today, and we look forward to a fantastic meeting next week also. As one other thing for the members, we have, please make sure that you update your pathways. Update your pathways. If you're having any challenges with that, please ask the EXCO member in your group to help you, or look for me directly so that I can support you. This year, we're doing what we're calling DCP Awards. And if the EXCO team member in your group has not told you about it, please ask them, because we are going to be competing. And the best buddy circle is going to win 10,000 shillings, I believe, to do as they wish. So make sure you update your pathways so that you get in the DCP Awards. That's it from me. Back to you, Mr. President, and have a good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our VPE, for giving me that break, and back with my hat of the president. Yes, I want to take this opportunity then to invite our SAA. Our SAA, we have 2 awards, our Better Speaker of the Evening and our Better Evaluator. Welcome, our SAA.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I shall proceed to share the results for the Better Speaker of the Evening. And the Better Speaker of the Evening is DTM in waiting, Josephine Osumo. Thank you, Josephine. Because we care for the environment, we shall dispatch the e-certificate via digital means. Thank you. And the Better Evaluator for the evening is Toastmaster Lisa Laison. Hey, Lisa, Lisa, I need coaching on your name. Lisa Laison. Thank you. Thank you very much. We shall dispatch the certificate via digital means. Thank you all for participating and being a receptive audience. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, our SAA, and congratulations to you, Lisa Laison, and Speaker Josephine Osumo. And congratulations again, Catherine Mate, for taking the floor. And there's always another day with the lessons that we have learned, and to Frida Owinga as well. Thank you very much. I want to take this opportunity to also recognize our area director who is with us, Christine Oyugi. You can put on your camera for people to see you if you can. Christine Oyugi, thank you very much for joining us and for supporting our club in your area. And she's reminding us that we have a training for leaders and those who are aspiring to be leaders of the Toastmasters Club. And this will be on 25th of January at Times Tower. The details are also on our WhatsApp page, and we can be able to get them. I encourage even members, you have the capability of being leaders in our club. Kindly let us go for the meeting, get to learn more about leadership, and we will not have a challenge. We will not struggle when that time comes. We will have area contests that will be held on 1st of February. And yours truly will be representing the club in the international speeches. And we also have John Mukoko contesting in the table topics. Thank you very much. And area director, have I left out anything else? You can say hi, as probably you add anything.
No. Thank you so much, Mr. President and Business Dialogue. That was an amazing meeting. Thank you and Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you. We now have clarity of purpose, even as we set our goals. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Director Christine. I want to take this opportunity then to also thank all the visiting Toastmasters, starting with you, Director Christine, from Zumaridi. I can see Aska Mogaka from Mitch. And Collins, welcome. Thank you very much for visiting us from Himaya Toastmasters Club. And we threaten that we can also interest you to join Business Dialogue.
Point of correction.
Yes.
I'm from Mombasa Island, Toastmasters. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Okay. This is Grace. No, sorry.
Aska.
Aska. Oh, Aska. Thank you very much. Mombasa Toastmasters. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for the point of clarification. We also have Josephine Osumo, Simba Toastmasters. Our Tipsmaster, Neema Siwingwa, all the way from Uganda. Yes. Thank you very much for joining us. And our guests, we are happy to have you. Tracy, thank you very much. And Lillian, Grace Nderito, welcome. Florence, Daniel, Danix, and is there anybody else? And of course, our General Evaluator, Mercy Chege from the Toastmasters. Thank you very much. We welcome your invitations to also come to your clubs and enjoy. I want at this point then now to declare our meeting number 72 officially adjourned, and we'll see you at United Kenya Club for our in-person meeting on 29th of January during our town hall. You're most welcome. Have a great evening. Happy New Year, and to a successful year to all of us. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.